Hi, Kazeem, and welcome to everybody tuning in. This is our first maiden, whatever you want to call it, version of this. Um, Africa Talks Tech. What's this show about? Well, we will share a bit more with you, but let me first introduce you to Kazeem, my co-presenter. So, Kazeem, can you just say a little bit about yourself, and then I will join you and perhaps say a little bit about myself too.
Very well, Samuel. Thank you very much. And again, we're welcoming everyone to our median edition of the show. My name is Kazeem Adegboyega. I'm an IT professional, a technical trainer as well. Although presently my role has changed somewhat, more of a managerial role now. And I presently work as a director at the LASU CBT 18. It's also known as 18 IT. So the LASU CBT 18 is a joint venture between the Lagos State University and a private firm known as Clear Earth Properties. And we offer services such as testing, training, cloud services as well. So that's me in a nutshell. How about you, Samuel?
Oh, cool. Well, with that introduction, it's going to be tough for me to be there. I'm the head of cloud engagements for a large organization, and I'm based out in UK, but I'm originally from Africa as well. I grew up in Ghana. Kazeem is in Nigeria, and this show is really about turning the table on its head and sharing what's great in Africa, how tech is actually transformed from what we've known about for many years. And when I say what we've known, it's what is being portrayed about Africa. Sometimes, Kazeem, I don't know about you, but it feels like the world is round, but they think Africa is flat, right?
Yes. For years now, Africa, I should say, is been known as the dark continent. And a lot of people before this time really don't want to come to Africa. That a lot of those in the Western countries don't want to be here in Africa. This is due to the high level of ignorance, among the people of Africa. But I can tell you something, Sammy, that you know that as well as I do, that a lot is changing now in Africa. So pretty much a lot has changed now. So people need to see Africa as it is now and not Africa, the Africa they used to know about some 15 years, some 20 years back.
Absolutely. And from my perspective, Kazeem, right, I know you mentioned the dark continent. However, my father took computers to Africa in the 70s, so technology has moved on. And I know Africa is usually talked about based on where the news cameras are. So if there's a war going on in Ivory Coast, that's Africa. If there's Ebola somewhere, that's Africa. But they forget that the continent as a whole has always got its waves of great innovation that's never stopping. It's just still flowing. There's still a lot of companies investing in Africa. And there are a lot of great minds and entrepreneurs coming out of there. And this is why I'm excited about this show, because I get to speak to yourself. We're looking to interview a number of entrepreneurs and actually just showcase some of the businesses and what they're doing with technology in Africa today.
Yeah. Yes, that's very correct, Samuel. Way before this time, not to say that Africa still don't have, challenges that they're trying to cope with, that they're dealing with. Yes, we've still got the electricity, challenges that we have here in Africa. We have the internet challenge as well. But some of this thing is changing now. At least, we can say that we have internet, not quite there yet. But the internet is what has really changed a lot of things in Africa today. Because from my own perspective, I like to see the internet as a leveler. I mean, it gives us access to the same information that anyone else, anywhere in the world, has. And talking about the fourth generation, the fourth industrial revolution that is coming up, that is springing up now, Africa has missed out on the third, the second industrial revolution. So Africa definitely is at the front of things now. And you'll see that with some of the companies, the very big companies wanting to come to Africa. I was looking it up online sometimes ago that even the Twitter CEO, what's his name again, Samuel? Can you remember his name?
Oh, you know something? We're going to have to use the search engine forever. I know that article, right? This is why this show is unscripted. It's going to be simply down to it. But yes, I'll stick with the Twitter CEO, but he was looking over there. Even on the fun side, right? A lot of like the American hip hop artists have
Yeah.
been basing their music on African innovation, hip life, right? And even though we're in this fourth generation,
Yes.
we've been exporting talent like myself. I like to think about myself as talented if nobody challenges it, right? Um, into the rest of the world. And, you know, Nigeria in particular is very, very well known for its entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah.
Um, Unfortunately, people always talk about Nigeria in the context of some of the darker side of the continent. But
Yeah.
if you look in any part of the world, you will find criminals as well as innovators. So um, I, let's bring it back to where we want this to really go, right? So today, what would you say is the hottest industry that's leveraging technology for you?
Okay, for me, there are a number of industries leveraging on technology in Africa as we speak. I mean, the good thing I like to say about Africa is not just our population now. I mean, the size is big, and the good thing is that a lot of this population are young population, right? So what we find now is that there are a number of tech hubs, growing in Africa as we speak. Today, I think we have well over 600 tech hubs now growing in Africa, and the essence of this our show is so that we can showcase how a number of these industries that we have here in Africa are leveraging technology. So I also think sometimes that it is not enough for us as Africans to only be consuming technologies made in China or technologies from Europe, technologies from Africa. I mean, we're Africans, and we know what the condition of things is like here in Africa. So the onus is on us for us to develop technology that works in Africa, that Africans will be in charge of. So that's the essence of the show. So it's not just going to be about tech, but we're also going to be inviting people from other industries as well. People are in the petroleum industries, people in agriculture. So we're going to be bringing them on the show to see how they're leveraging technology in their own industry. But it would be nice as well as Samuel to know, you are in the diaspora, right? So
Yeah.
you live in the UK. What are some of those things you see the Western world doing that we can take a cue from that you see lacking in Africa?
Well, what I would say is building communities of practice. You know, what I mean by it is you always hear about the meetups, getting together, conferences that spread the word, that allow us to mix together, etc. In the past, when I've come to a conference in Africa or something, that's usually a little bit of, well, should we host it in Cameroon? Should we host in Ivory Coast? Where is it going to go? But with the new changes that have gone on, where most things are all online now, it gives us a real opportunity from an African perspective to start hosting some of these conferences, user groups, virtual sessions, learning from each other. That has been a norm in the West, um, in the East, or whatever part of the continent that you are in, right? So that's one of the entry points that I'll say I would like to see sort of like expressed a bit more in Africa.
Okay. Samuel, what do you think now? What can people expect, from this show. I know one thing is certain, which is the fact that Africa now is taking off, right? So we are no longer, people shouldn't see Africa the way Africa was some 15, some 20 years back now. So we've got a lot of good tech talents here in Africa. I mean, you're an African, I'm African too as well. So we both know that Africa is got talent. So I know that part of what we intend to showcase on this show is African talents and also how Africans are leveraging technologies to solve some of their problems. So to wrap up on today's episode, Samuel, what should people really expect from this show moving forward?
So from us, we're basically going to be showing the leaders of tomorrow, wherever they are, that the talents as well as opportunities in Africa today are available to them. And on the other side, being a very proud person that grew up in Ghana, and when I say proud, I'm proud of where I grew up. I would like to peel back the curtain and show that, look, when I'm speaking to Kazeem, he's running a training center. He's helping people with their technology challenges, or enabling them to learn what to do. But the most important thing to me is we're going to be talking to the experts on the ground, because it's not about me and you. It's about those that are using it today, those that are entrepreneurs, those that are helping people to make a living using technology, or actually creating those innovations in Africa today.
Yes. So you've heard it from myself and Samuel. So I think you really need to get involved. Any last word from you, Samuel?
Well, tune in. We'll be sharing more about websites and other resources, and we'll try and make it as dynamic and as organic as possible. But really looking forward to having our next real episode where we bring in a guest and have some fun on the show. So great chatting to you, Kazeem.
Yes, same here, Samuel.
Thank you very much for tuning in. Look forward to the next episode. There'll be more of a teaser coming out on Twitter and all of the other mediums. So thank you very much. It's goodbye from myself and goodbye from
Kazeem. Thank you, Samuel. So I guess we'll do this again some other time. Bye-bye,
yes.
everyone.